Quantum leaping and parallel realities, it differs from everybody on how they see it, but metaphysically, the quantum leaping is based upon the principle of the quantum. So I'm explaining the quantum, I'm explaining how you could quantum leap and how that relates to parallel realities so that you can use it based upon the principle of available to select that all this falls under. So the first thing is quantum leaping. Quantum. Quantum is kind of a third quality, a third aspect, a third eye, a third option from the traditional quantum, from the traditional physics, from the as above, so below principle, to where traditionally in spirituality, the same rules apply up there and down here. Now, in the quantum reality, it kind of is like it's godlike in the sense of there are no rules, there are no expectations. It's the wild card because in the quantum, everything, every possibility, everything that you ever desire, everything that you ever wanted out of life rests in a state of potential. Now, with the quantum, it surpasses what we can see with regular lenses and it goes straight to this, where it is all about tiny particles. They're called electrons, protons, neutrons, really small that you'd have to get kind of like a fancy microscope so that you could see these particles. And within these particles, they do many things. This isn't just like bacteria or a virus or the traditional typical things that we deal with in the 3D. Now, the quantum deals with those super small particles that when you apply motion to it, when there is an action, the reaction could be anything. Because think of it as a quagmire whenever you step onto a force and the ground kind of gives and it waves out. It's that same possibility as if you throw something into the water, it just doesn't go into one place, it ripples and it eventually goes everywhere all at once. So, since one action, just like you throwing a pebble in the water, and that effect goes throughout the whole pond or the whole body of water, same principle applies here. One action could render any reaction. And then so it's based upon if it's available to select. So in the quantum, let's just say you want to be an astronaut or you want to have the wife of your dreams, a husband of your dreams, children, job of your dreams. You want to manifest a whole bunch of money. And in this reality, it is far down the line. It could possibly be 5 years, 10 years, 5 months, 5 days, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 seconds, whatever the case is. And so in regular reality, there is a line that you would have to flow through to get it. But in the quantum, since it rests in potential, you could possibly get it at any point at any time if it's available for you to receive. Now, how it relates to quantum leaping is that quantum leaping, and this is mostly mentally, the state or the reality of your mind, is that you could instantly shift your reality by quantum leaping by leaving the state of mind that you're currently in and just seeing where do you want to be. Does that state of mind that you want to go to exist somewhere? And if it does, then you would have to do the work to see if it's available to select by, let's just say I wanted to be an astronaut and I'm going to mentally assume the state of being an astronaut. And in a parallel reality, the theory is that somewhere out there, who knows where, I am an astronaut. And then so I'm able to leap into that mindset. And if it's available for my mind, if my mind can actually conquer it, if my mind can actually get into that vibration with the universe to bring it closer to the source energy to attract and assume, then I would be able to do that based upon the law of assumption. So it's a lot of different things that you can do with looping in the quantum with the law of assumption and various different things that you can see like that. So with quantum leaping, you would want to leap and jump and leap, and do a lot of things that you would want to do in coordinates to the quantum. So you would do something like this: go to bed, sit down in your bed, and just close your eyes and think for a couple minutes. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? Where are you trying to reach to? What do you want to do? All right. So then I want to be an astronaut. I sit in the bed and I assume the state of being an astronaut. And after time, after 5, 10 minutes, whatever the case is, when I get up out of the bed, because my brain likes to be right, it will begin to pick up evidence to support that, yeah, I am, in fact, an astronaut. And it could start as simple as studying. It could start as simple as looking into various different things to see what could I do to support the belief with supporting evidence that, one, I'm an astronaut, or that I could be an astronaut now or in the future. So that is quantum leaping. You could also quantum leap out of a bad mood. Let's just say you're sitting here, you're tired, you want some space, you want to think, and everybody's getting on your nerves. So then you just go up to your room, close your eyes for 5 minutes, and listen to some music that makes you feel good. And then you will find that over time you will be able to quantum leap into a better state of mind. That is the genesis of quantum leaping. A little bit about quantum physics. I have another video that I'm posting more about quantum physics, so you could see through kind of a practical perspective on how to really wrap your mind around that. So we're going to talk about parallel realities, and these two things match. So with parallel realities, they're parallel, and this goes to being available to select. So in this reality is where you are, and in this reality is where you want to be. So there has to be a vibrational match in order for you to leap, or in order for you to cross over those two different realities. So in this reality, I am this person, but in another reality, I am a 6'7" basketball player where Urban Magic Hopkins is actually my tagline and my actual name, and I'm making millions and zillions of dollars, and life is good. So that is reality. So let's just say I wanted to have that reality, because in the quantum, everything rests in the state of potential. So it's somewhere out there. So here I am wanting to be that person, and I go to my state of mind and see, is it parallel? Is it next to me? Is there an alignment so that I can become that? And let's just say you're having a hard time with a relationship. Let's just say you're hard time with the job, and you want to do the mental gymnastics to move past and beyond that. Well, let's just say you can't. Then mentally, that is saying that is not available for you to select, for you to cross over. With parallel realities, it's becoming very popular now in physics and, you know, the culture, popular culture. It's in movies everywhere. Marvel has picked up on this theme of the quantum, and it's really interesting, and it's backed by actual science. So that's real important for you to know about the parallel realities. So it brings us to the point of superposition, back to the quantum, and it ties these two together. Superposition is that quagmire effect when you step on something and there's waves that come from that. With the superposition, it is the actual vibration that makes everything possible. And it goes just like whenever you throw a pebble into the water, and it just trickles out from there. And then so whenever you trickle out from there, it goes past, as those waves go through the entire pond, it touches every possible option, every possible thing that you could step into or be or not to be. It just has to take the time. And with that superposition, you throw a pebble into the water, and that ripple goes out. And let's just say over here is that possibility, and those waves have to go out until it matches that vibration. When it matches that vibration, that is your opportunity for it to be parallel, for you to actually quantum leap to that state. So there's a lot of different things that you could manifest through quantum leaping or parallel realities through superposition. So you would use superposition ideally mentally to help you leap. So this is how I do it. I really do. I'll look at a video of like water ripples just going through the pond. So I would look and think about that. And then so I often would also think at some point within the ripple in the pond is my goal, and the center is where I'm at. So when I throw that pond and those ripples goes out into my mind, as it gets closer and closer, I will prepare myself. All the while, if it requires me to work as my opening or whatever the case is, that's what I would do. So whenever in my mind that wave hits that point of assumption that I want it to be in, then that is when I would say, okay. And you know it because it just feels right, and it's kind of easy for you to do. Manifesting ultimately, really and truly, should be an easy process for you because we're manifesting all the time. And these things are waiting for you and wanting for you to do the steps to obtain them. So that's how I see things within the superposition is based upon availability. So what happens if something's not available for you to select, it's not available for you to get into, it's not something that you can or cannot get into? This is what you do. You do nothing. You do nothing, because the idea is that if something is bigger than you, more powerful than you, stronger than you, that is guiding you, then you have that inner guidance that is saying that, hey, this isn't for you. There's something better for you. And if you pursue it and it doesn't work out, that's also a sign that said, hey, I told you it doesn't work for you. I told you originally through an intuitive nudge. You did not listen. That wasn't something that you were interested in. So there's that factor, that mental factor too, that you have to take in. If it's not easy, if it doesn't come overall kind of on the effortless side, then it's probably not available for you. And then so you trying to make it happen is saying, I don't have it, because you either have or you don't. I'm trying to make that happen because it's over here, versus a state where it's easy for you can say, I have it. I have it. And then things work out from there. When you're not in that state, you don't have it, and it will not be able to manifest easily for you, with that possibility or that technique that you want to do with quantum or parallel reality. Now, I see a lot of people that do videos on quantum reality, quantum leaping, parallel reality, superposition, all of that. I would say the best technique that I could share with you in making those things happen is draw a spider's web, or think of a spider's web. A spider is the symbol of quantum. And whenever I use a quantum technique, I see a lot of spiders and I become quite fond on them. Actually, it's bad luck to kill a spider. So if you ever see a spider, it's good luck and fortune. Don't kill it. It represents the superposition in the quantum. So think of a spider's web, or pull a video up and see it. I like to kind of draw one out. So I'll draw one out on a piece of paper, and kind of like what I did with the ripple effect with the superposition, at some point, not the center, but I'll put this is my goal somewhere towards the edge of the spider's web. And then I'll have a piece over here where this is me, where I'm trying to get closer to that. And then I'll kind of wave my finger across the spider's web as I'm visualizing what I'm trying to manifest, or wanting to manifest, or have a desire to manifest. So as I'm waving my fingers around, I am imagining the process of how it comes to me. You could attract it, you could assume it, you could walk towards it, you could superposition it, and I'm just going my finger around it, kind of seeing a spider, kind of seeing it, going through that process, giving myself a minute. So you would do the same. Give yourself a minute to manifest this thing as you're seeing and moving your hands across it. All right. And then once your finger hits that point, imagine that it's in your hands and that you got the dreams that you want. And then so from there, you would just follow your intuitive nudges to bring it to reality. If this was something mental, something that's not materialized, or something that's not physical, this is something that could happen instantly whenever you're able to manifest something that you really, really desire. You could bring that state instantly depending upon your mental control. So it's important for you to have that mental control so you could begin to manifest the things that you want. It begins with identifying what you want. Once you identify what you want, you're able to act in alignment. And as problems become, that's resistance, I call it triage. Then you triage. That's the BAT model. Begin at the end, because you got to know what you want. Act in alignment. That's the A. Then triage any issues that you have. And whenever you're done, your manifestation materializes and alchemizes. Then the last triage is letting it go. And sometimes you have to let it go while it's in fruition. It just depends on what's going on whenever you're wanting to manifest, or whatever the things that you're trying to manifest. Super duper important for you to get that point. The last point that I want to make about the parallel reality is that it is something that is not, kind of widely talked about. So I would be kind of mindful about the people that you want. Your vibration needs to be high whenever you manifest things. So if your vibration is low because you told people about quantum reality and you're giving it a try and they think you're crazy, they're going to talk you out of that state. So it's real important whenever you're manifesting. One of the top rules, if not rule one, rule two, is don't tell anyone about your manifesting while it's going, because it's vulnerable. There's a snag that you need that's out of your control. You're needing God, the universe, to bring it to fruition, and you're really not sure if it can happen. It's as delicate as a seed. And if you tell someone and they have ill intent, they could just knock it over, and then that would mess up your manifestation. So if you're sharing these things with someone, share with the community or someone that is open or is kind of already open into that, or just overall supportive. The naysayers or people that are negative are people that you would not want to bring into the circle of quantum leaping, parallel realities, and superposition, and things that are available based upon what you would like to select. So that's all I got for you today in terms of this. And I wish you all the luck. Give it a couple tries, and you will see that parallel reality, quantum leaping, superposition, all those things are a very powerful and effective tool that you can use to alchemize and bring your manifestation, both mental and physical, faster than you could probably ever dream of. It is a powerful tool. I've used it. A lot of people use it, and I like to use it whenever I try my other practical methods. If that doesn't work, I'm just kind of at the point where I'm thinking, oh, well, if it doesn't work, then it just doesn't work. So then I just go for it. And then half of the time, I have a lot of success with doing this technique of bringing things that are available to select. So I will leave you to your manifesting. And if you're lucky, then shift will happen. I will see you on the next video. Take care.